You know what I like about Star Wars? Creatures, planets, Star Destroyers, lightsabers, Jedi, Sith, um, Wookiees, Ewoks, Republic, Empire, Jedi, Sith, Dark Jedi, the Old Republic, the video games, the movies, the TV shows. I became a fan of it since I was in Naperville with my grandparents back in a decade ago. Um, I started. My grandpa introduced to me the original trilogy with special edition, which is the cassette version, and we were at Trader Joe's before. I was at Trader Joe's with my grandparents at the time, and then when I went back home at Naperville, he introduced me to the thing I just mentioned, the Star Wars original trilogy special edition with the cassette. Sorry for repeating myself. And then I watched all of them, and that's how I became interested into swords. I like swords because they're very interesting. I've always wanted to wield one. I've wielded fake swords before, but I never really owned one. But aside from that, I became a fan of Star Wars because of that. I know about all these characters like Luke, Han, Leia, Chewbacca, R2, C-3PO, Lando Calrissian, Darth Vader, Boba Fett, Emperor Palpatine, the Death Star, the Ewoks, Endor, the Hoth, Tatooine. Then the Revenge of the Sith came out, and then it was like my first Star Wars movie to see in theaters. I found out that there was a prequel trilogy before Revenge of the Sith. I found out that there were two other prequel movies. There was the Phantom Menace, and then there was the Attack of the Clones, and I didn't even knew about it until I saw Revenge of the Sith. I did see some parts of the first movie and the second movie. Then I saw all of it later on, future. Then then I got to the Star Wars games, like Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. I also have all this collection here. And then I got into the games like Star Wars Jedi Academy, Star Wars Jedi Outcast, and then I also got into the Star Wars Lego games on my PS2 when I used to own it before I sold it. Then I have and then I started reading the Star Wars comics later on, and then I also have some of the historical books over there. I didn't get all of them, but and then I got these Star Wars Infinity toys right here for the 3.0 edition. Hold on, gotta move some stuff out of the way. So, I've always liked the lore of Star Wars, and there's a lot of people that are huge Star Wars fans out there. And the true meaning of Star Wars is that you're fighting evil, you overcome your demons, and you grow to be a different version of yourself. Like Luke Skywalker, who was a farm boy, now turned into a Jedi Knight in the third episode, in the sixth episode, and then. He was the one that inspired everyone. A lot of people liked Luke. A lot of people liked the strong female character Leia. I don't have the Affinity one, unfortunately. Then then you got the prequel trilogy, which is the origins of Darth Vader, which is Anakin to Darth Vader. The prequel trilogy was all about the origins of Darth Vader, and the original trilogy was about his son trying to redeem him, and he's fighting against the Empire. The sequel trilogy was supposed to be about the older Luke, older Leia, older Han together fighting bad guys while Luke manages his new Jedi Academy. That only happened in Legends. But in the canon version, we got the exact opposite. When Kathleen Kennedy became the new president of Lucasfilm, she ruined everything. When she introduced the new characters for a new sequel trilogy, they treated the old characters as if they were nothing, and then they only focused on her only to promote a feminist agenda. Even YouTube commentators like Geeks and Gamers, DDayCobra, That Star Wars Girl, Josiah Rises, John Talks, Nerdrotic, they all pointed this out. They knew that there was a political virtue signaling agenda within these movies. And I have all 7 Star Wars movies, and I like them all. And when I saw The Last Jedi, I discovered I thought it was a good movie. My mom thought so too. But when I started watching some alternative YouTube opinion based When I found out about YouTubers like Geeks and Gamers, Josiah Rises, Odin's movie blog, Mecha Random 42, That Star Wars Girl, Nerdrotic, Boomfire 191, I found out that there's more to the sequel trilogy than meets the eye. I will do my can to add all of them to my subscription box down below, so you can see them, so you can subscribe to their channel. And I also made a playlist about the issues within Disney Star Wars. I made that for my channel too, into 2 parts because it was getting long, very long. I also saw the trailer to The Rise of Skywalker. I thought that was okay. I thought that was okay. I did my reaction video to it. I thought it was okay too. Not everyone liked the title because the title didn't make sense, and the sequel trilogy is so messed up. Sorry about those words, noises. They put new characters, which didn't make sense. They demasculated some of the characters. They make Luke look totally messed up. They made Luke totally out of his original character. Even Mark Hamill has pointed this out, and SJW has just shamed him for it, and he had no choice but to cave, and I feel bad that he had to do that. The sequel trilogy is about pandering to the SJW Star Wars fan base, which is with feminists and SJWs. They're the toxic Star Wars fans who criticize The Last Jedi, criticize Finn, Rey, Rose, Haldo, Admiral Hondo or Admiral Hodo. I can't say her name. If you criticize The Last Jedi or sequel trilogy, you're labeled racist, sexist, misogynistic, toxic fans, and they'll shame you. They think you don't like women, and you think you're racist because Finn's black, which is not true at all. The writing was poorly done. Poorly done. And they even Shawn James has said that Finn was made into a bumbling idiot, and he kind of is, unfortunately. A lot of people, when I was on Twitter, when I was watching the SC reviews video, there was a poll of the least favorite characters, and Rose fit the top as the worst least favorite character. She was extremely hated for some reason, for a good reason. Originally, Star Wars used to be something good. I mean, it was all fun and magical, and people were coming together. The Old Republic, Legends brought everyone together because of that, and it brought a lot of lore to Star Wars. With Disney owning Lucasfilm, it's become a pandering and money making company that doesn't really care about every Star Wars fan. They only care about the SJW Star Wars fans. Star fan SJW fans or whatever, and a lot of YouTubers are really upset about this, and they called this out for a long time. Rey's character was poorly done. My mom thought she had a lot of spunk, which I don't think it's really a big deal to me. But a lot of people who see the sequel trilogy are completely clueless of the political atmosphere surrounding the sequel trilogy, including the Solo movie. And the reason why Solo went down was because it had lower ratings because of The Last Jedi backlash. And, I was trying to get my mom to talk. I was trying to talk to my mom about it, but what the hell's going on? And she doesn't really care. She doesn't care about the political atmosphere surrounding the sequel trilogy. If she likes The Last Jedi, I'm not going to shame her for it. If she likes The Force Awakens, I'm not going to shame her for that either. I heard that she's going to go see. Sorry about that. The Rise of Skywalker with my godmother. And if she likes it, that's fine too. And if any regular moviegoer likes to go see the movie and does not care about the political atmosphere surrounding this entire trilogy, that's fine too. Honestly, the sequel trilogy is really messed up. And with Mandalorian and the 7th season of Star Wars Clone Wars coming up, I hope it'll excite a lot of fans. I hope that these shows will bring back the audience, the true Star Wars fan base again. Like diehard Star Wars fans, that Star Wars is in their blood. Again, Twitter messing up my video here, and it's really hard that Star Wars is at a bad place right now. And today's Star Wars Day, which was why I'm making this video. May the 4th. So I have all these now. Now that that's out of the way, I'm going to show you all my Star Wars Infinity toys here. I got all these Infinity. I have the entire collection of the Star Wars Twilight of the Republic playset for 3.0. First, we have Anakin Skywalker, guy that became Darth Vader, originally played by Hayden Christensen, and then we got to know him a little bit more in Star Wars Clone Wars. I even have all the Star Wars Clone Wars seasons except for 7th, and I don't even have the Star Wars Rebels collection yet. Then we have Darth Vader, which is a cool villain in my book. I'm gonna see if I can do this. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. Then we have Anakin's master, Obi-Wan Kenobi, played by Ian McGregor and also voiced by James Arnold Tyler, who played him pretty well. Then we have Master Yoda, the Grand Master of the Jedi Council before the Jedi Purge. We don't even know his origins. We don't even know how he became Grand Jedi Master. I'm sure one day they'll explore that in the future. Then we got Anakin's Padawan, Ahsoka Tano, who will return in the 7th season, who was also in Star Wars Rebels, by the way. I heard that she has her own fan film on YouTube. Ahsoka Star Wars story, maybe? I could be wrong. A lot of YouTube creators were making fan film, Star Wars fan movies that were true to the fan base and what Star Wars was all about. Then we have Darth Maul. Oh, Darth Vader. Oh, Star Wars Theory made his own Star Wars series too. Go check him out if you want. He came back in Star Wars Clone Wars Season 4 at the end of later on in the 4th season, if you guys aren't aware. I apologize for the spoilers. Then we have Han Solo. I'm kind of sad that Han Solo died in Episode 7. Originally they were supposed to have all 3 of these characters together, Luke, Han, Leia, into the sequel trilogy, but then we never got that because Kathleen's agenda was getting in the way, and they scrapped it because she wanted her direction to matter more. They wanted to focus so much on the new characters, which is understandable, but it destroyed the idea of 3 of these cast members coming back. And I mean, that's why Mark Campbell tweeted about it. We missed out. Sorry again. We missed out on that opportunity because of her, and I can't really. I'm a little sad about that, but it is what it is. Then we have Chewbacca, the original Wookiee, played by Peter Mayhew. Rest in peace to the original Wookiee, who died several days ago. I did a video of my tribute about him a little bit, and his predecessor has taken his place. He'll be missed, big time. Then we have Rey. At least she's not perfect. I mean, the one thing I do like about Rey is that in Star Wars sequel trilogy is that she's got a pretty face. She's kind of cute. But her story writing, her character arc is a little off. We don't know how she was able to. We don't even know how she became so good at her skills. She was barely trained, and yet she's too automatically so powerful. And later on in the movies, even YouTube creators that I've mentioned, the Common Sense crew, have pointed this out. And then we got Finn, a former stormtrooper. His character isn't really good either. I mean, I like him because he's cool, I guess. I like him. The only time I like him is because he defected the First Order, and that's what I like about him. He rebelled, and that's it. I didn't like him attempting to run away from his problems. Just not a fan. I know that he was seen as a bumbling idiot, but I do acknowledge the chemistry between him and Poe, and I heard they were trying to make him and Finn and Poe in a gay relationship, which I don't really care. I mean, but you guys should show that they're gay, not just tell that they're gay. Yes, it's fine that you should raise awareness, but I'd rather have them I'd rather have them as brothers, because these two have a brother relationship as brothers. These guys have a good chemistry in Force Awakens. It's a shame we didn't get to see more of that in The Last Jedi, and I hope we get to see more of that in The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, now that we got those out of the way, Now we got these out of the way. These are the two games I was mentioning to you about. I got Star Wars The Dark Forces 2, but I like these ones because they're much more, have better graphics. This one is about the story of Kyle Katarn. This is about his Padawan. This one came out in 2003. The previous one came out in 2002. It's called Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. This is called Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. You get to customize your Jedi, customize your own lightsaber. And you get to have your own force powers, and you get a new weapon, new force powers from multiplayer from this game. And I also got this a couple of months ago. I couldn't get the expansion pack to work though. I did have the original Star Wars Battleground, Star Wars Battlegrounds, which is similar. It has a similar design to the Age of Empires 2 games. Jedi Knight Battlegrounds, something like that. Star Wars Battlegrounds. I had the expansion pack for. I used to have the expansion pack for it. Now I don't have it because it doesn't work on my computer anymore. Then I also got into the canon Star Wars Marvel books. It's pretty cool. I also introduced a new character, Dr. Aphra, who was officially the first lesbian Star Wars character. Why not? I mean, I don't mind her being a lesbian character. I think it's cool. I'm not saying it for representation bullshit. I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about her being a representation for lesbians. I just like her because she's really cool, and she likes to find artifacts, and she has her own droid and her own Wookiee bounty hunter friends and all that. I mean, she has her own. I mean, I can't even explain why I like Dr. Aphra. It's kind of hard for me to explain it. Then I also got into the Star Wars Lego games. Got Star Wars Lego Force Awakens. I really got a chance to play that. I mean, I almost completed the Star Wars Clone Wars game, but I tried playing that on PC but was having issues. Then I was introduced to the Force Unleashed games. First time I had Force Unleashed. Sorry, first time I was introduced to Force Unleashed was the PS2 version. Now I got the Xbox 360 version, and these are much better. I mean, these are from the Legends series back then, back in the day. Then we get to this prequel trilogy. Episode 1, Phantom Menace. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Then we got to the original trilogy that started it all for me. Hold on. You got Episode 4, The New Hope, which is the first Star Wars movie. Then you got The Empire Strikes Back, where Lando Calrissian. Then you got Empire Strikes Back, where Yoda and Lando debuted. And then you have Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, where Jabba the Hutt was debuted before the special edition. And then the Ewoks, Emperor Palpatine. Then we get Star Wars Force Awakens, Episode 7. This movie is okay. I mean, the graphics look pretty good, but, you know, they didn't focus so much on the original old cast, and that's really fair. It's unfortunate. Now, on to the... Let me see if I can get the other one. See if I can get the other one there. Hold on. Sorry. I need to put some stuff out of the way. Let me see if I can get that one. Aha. Here it is. Before the Star Wars Clone Wars movie came out on theaters, I used to have the 2 volumes for the movie miniseries, the Legends version of Star Wars Clone Wars. This is where General Grievous debuted before Revenge of the Sith. Asajj Ventress debuted. And then I got to see Star Wars Clone Wars on theaters. It's where Ahsoka Tano debuted. And Commander Rex, Captain Rex, Admiral Yularen. Then you have, and then I also have this DVD set here that explains the behind the scenes of the original trilogy, which is pretty cool. I liked it; it was inspiring. Then I have all 6 Star Wars Clone Wars seasons. I have the first one. Then you got Then you got Star Wars Episode 2. I mean Star Wars Clone Wars Season 2. Then you got Season 3, where Chewbacca debuted on the last episode. Then you got Star Wars Clone Wars Season 4, which featured Darth Maul. And then you got Star Wars Clone Wars Season 5 and Star Wars Clone Wars Season 6, The Lost Missions. That's pretty much it. And then I gotta show you my books over here. I have them over here. Then I have all the Star Wars, absolute everything you need to know. You got, it might be a bit hard to read, hard to show you if I can get to it. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. And you have all these Star Wars books here. And also, they're like encyclopedia books in a way. I used to have I checked out the Star Wars Old Republic book, but I was too busy watching my YouTube videos, so that's why I didn't read them, finish them in time. Also, Star Wars, Clone Wars, New Essential Guide to Alien Species, Essential Guide to Characters, and Essential Guide to Vehicles and Vessels, Star Wars Clone Wars Duty and Honor, Phantom Menace, Star Wars Clone Wars Ultimate Sticker Collection, and it's kind of hard to see them. Anyways, that's it for this Star Wars video, if you could see them. All this Star Wars stuff I got. I also went to some Lego events where I met some Star Wars cosplay people. Gotta take a picture with some of them, and that's pretty much it for this video. If you want to know more about Star Wars, look up Star Wars Theory. Look up the Stupendous Wave. Also look up Star Wars Reading Club. Also, you get to don't forget to look up Star Wars girl, DDayCobra, who leads Geeks and Gamers channel, Odin's movie blog, Josiah Rises, Random 42, Nerdrotic, Boomfire and 191. I mentioned those already. If you want, I'll add them to the description box down below if I can, so you can subscribe to them. They're very nice folk, and they're awesome critics. And then we also got Professor Geek, who is critical about this stuff too. And what do you like about Star Wars? Who's your favorite villain, hero? What's your favorite video game? What's your favorite TV season? What's your favorite episode of Star Wars Clone Wars? What's your favorite of everything? Your least favorite, to least character, to least movie, to least everything. Post your answers in the comment section down below if you want. And happy Star Wars Day, everybody. Rest in peace to Peter Mayhew. I'm Matthew Optimus. Peace to Frel out. May the 4th be with you.